Well, good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green, I'm here with you once again. Let me talk to you about Red State Wireless real quick. Owned by Salem Media Group, the same company that gave us 2,000 Mules. If you haven't seen that and you're ready for your dose of anger blood, there you go. Also, they are unapologetically pro privacy, pro First Amendment, Second Amendment, law enforcement, capitalism, traditional family values, the military, America. One of my favorite parts, when you call customer service, you will get somebody right here in the US of A. You can understand them and they can understand you. Not that I call that often, because it's a great product, great phones. I have one. I use it every damn day and I'm happier than a pig in shit. So make sure you guys check out Red State Wireless. And now it's time for my face. What up? How you guys doing? Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here, you people. You people? Yes. Appreciate you guys so hard right now. Thursday. So we got to wake up and then it's Friday. One of my favorite days of the week. I'm sure there's a lot of you out there who love that Friday too. Nothing like it. Nothing like it. Nothing like a Friday. Grown, child, it doesn't matter. When you were a kid, something special about Friday, and as an adult, same damn thing. But since we're talking about special, we better talk about Ron Trick. That's right. Ron, it's for you, man. Yep. Thank you, Ron, for becoming a member of Green Nation. Cool kids. Stand up, scoot it down. We got another member. Thank you very much, Mr. Trick. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Carolyn 714, what up? What up? What up? What up? The amazing Wong. Thank you. Also, Ron Trick, you are the super chat cherry popper. So thank you very much. The amazing Wong, thank you for the Hamilton. Says JG, I found the name that techno song you were singing yesterday. La Rue, Bulletproof. Thank you. Let me write that down. La Rue, La Rue, La Raux. Thank you. Thanks for looking that up. I appreciate that. I like that song. It's been a long time since I heard it. All right, so La Rue, Bulletproof. Does that mean the red? I think so. I'm gonna work on my French. I do know some French words, but they're only like shit and fuck, stuff like that. I mean, I need to learn like actual French, like all that shit. Mandy Westcott, Diesel, Heidi Booth, all you other members. Brian King, B. Vulcan, Chozo Ghost, Snowman. Who else is up in here? J954, of course. Miss Joyce Decker. Good to see you guys. Justin Les Roches, Creole Lady. What's going on? What's going on? Shout out to my man Jay Reason. I see you up in here, foe. Hi, foe. Tammy A. What's going on? Mopar Girl. Heather. Appreciate you all being here. And Jay Reason, I know you're from Buffalo, New York, but they don't talk like that up there. That's a different New York. Like when I go, hey, oh, fuck away, that's like New York City. But upstate New York, that's different. They all sound like this, like you're going to get in their car. They sound like they're from the Midwest up there. But if, in California, if someone calls you fool, like, what up, fool? What's going on, fool? That's, that's a term of endearment, believe it or not. Hey, fool. What's up, fool? I mean, it can be bad too. DJ John T, what up? Hey, what's up, fool? Hey, fool. Right? Diesel, I'm sure you've heard that. You're from SoCal, right? You know what's up. You've heard that before. Christina Griffin. Just saying hey to all the members. Who else? Old Sweet Dick Malone. ready to say something weird, I'm sure. I'm ready to hear it. Philsart.com. Thank you. Mom Ranger 2010. What up, Miss S 66? Shout out to everybody. I'm so fucking happy you're all here. Hey, fool. Carly, no Twitter, says she went to school with Jacob, meaning Jacob Chansley. The man who was freed from prison, was it today or yesterday? And he's not just anybody. I mean, he is just another American citizen, but he was pushed into being more. He's the guy with the horns and the painted face. January 6th, J6. The worst thing to happen to this country, right? He is also the person who we saw on tape being escorted, chaperoned, led around, shown the place by the Capitol Police. So how can you have broken in unless these police don't know the law? Unless he found all the Capitol Police who don't know that breaking into a place uninvited is against the law. If that's not the case, then that means he was let into the Capitol. And when someone lets you in, whether you're a real person or a vampire, when you are invited in, you're in. There's no problem. You've been welcomed in. Welcome. That word still means a lot. You've been welcomed in. So it's okay for you to be here. In any situation, Capitol building or not. If someone opens the door, if someone who does belong there opens the door and says, hey, come on in, then you should be fine to enter the premises. Anyway, that's what we call universal. Everywhere around the world, all dialects, every country in the world, every city, every town, every parish, every whatever word there is for that. When someone opens the door and says, come on in, you're good. Old Sweet Dick Malone, that didn't take long. He says, when people welcome me in, I immediately take my pants off and come on in. But I don't think that's what they mean. I think you're welcome in as long as you're fully clothed. And I think you know that. You've gotten enough restraining orders. You know that. Creole lady, welcome-ish. I don't know if you could throw an ish on the end of that. If you're welcomed in, you're welcome. Now, maybe not to every room. You can't just walk up in the bedroom like, what up? But you're welcome into the common areas. That makes sense? You're welcome into the common areas. The living room, dining room, kitchen. You have full access to those rooms. That's pretty much understood. Those are okay rooms to go into when you've been invited into someone's house. Into the bathroom. But I believe, and I don't know where this came from. It's always just been inside of me. It's not something my dad passed down to me or my parents or whatever. But I think you shouldn't take a shit at somebody's house the first time you go over there. Am I wrong? I just don't. I think it's disrespectful. Like we gotta build something here before you're dropping a Duke in my toilet. I don't know. Call me weird or whatever, but if it's your first time at my house, don't take a shit here. And I wouldn't do it to you. I wouldn't go to your house and take a shit for the first time. My first time over there. Brian King B. Foggin, you think I'm wrong? Why? How could I be wrong? What scenario is there where you need to take a shit coming to my house for the first time? Faithless, only in an emergency. Yeah, I mean, if you're about to soil yourself, go ahead. But I don't know, man. Yeah, you Mopar girl, you dropped the number 2 at home. Why'd you come over here with stomach issues? Like, you get to my door and it's like, bruh, I got a turtle head poking out. If you're crowning, why'd you come over here? Mental medalist wife. Hey, JG, I shit this morning. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for keeping me up on your bowel movement schedule. I mean, come on, man. Come on, man. Mandy Westcott. I ain't shitting in no one's house. I still go shit at my boyfriend's house. Been dating for 2 years. That's a whole nother dynamic. That's different. But like a friend or if someone brings you to my house, meeting you for the first time. Hey, I'm gonna bring over so and so. All right, cool. Nice to meet you, man. Hey, can I? Nah, man. Not the first time. Jay Reason, in case of emergency, break glass. And it better be an emergency. All right? Paul, no dropping deuces in my crib. I'm right there with you, man. I mean, eventually, you know what I mean? We're cool. If we become cool enough, but like your first time at my house, your maiden voyage to my house. No, I mean, don't come over here taking a shit. Not cool. But who is cool? I'll tell you. I'll show you. I'll show you. I'll show you. Bam! Fonduki, thank you. He says, you had my stomach hurting on Double Impact last night. Hey, look. That was a special situation with some special people. We had a good damn time. We had a good time. And that's the thing with these movies and stuff. You don't know which way it's going to go. You don't know which characters are going to come out. You don't know if you'll have a new character. Like last night, Gabe does a very good Macho Man. And I do a pretty good Hulk Hogan. So we had a little conversation. I think Arnie showed up last night. Did he? I don't know if Arnie showed up last night. But we had a good damn time. Hulk Hogan came through a few times promoting Pasta Mania because he's he's a sponsor of the show. And part of the agreement was he can come on whenever he wants. So saw a good amount of Hulk Hogan last night. And you guys know sometimes Hulk Hogan can make an appearance here. You never know. Patriot 141, you got to earn that shit. That's right, man. Come up in here the first time. Putting marks in my toilet. What's wrong with you? Derek Molino, just in the bushes. No, man, that's never okay. Because if I go outside, I'm doing yard work, and I find a human shit in my bushes, there's going to be an issue. So no, don't ever don't shit in anybody's bushes. What's wrong with you people, you animals? Michael Coulter, Jericho Green sounds like Ice Cube. What'd he say? What'd he say? They got snakes in here this big? They got snakes in here this big? That movie sucked. Scott Calais, Stingray, what up? What up to the members up in these beesh? Alien testosterone, keep that to yourself. J Hell, exactly. First impressions are everything. So we can't get those back. Rich Waldron, thank you. So what if you live in San Francisco? Just go outside. True. Yeah, I mean, San Francisco is one big toilet. So that's not the same. If you're inside the boundaries of the city of San Francisco, feel free to shit where you like. Because everybody else does. Everybody else does. Room 13, girls don't poop. You know what? I wish all of the things that we're told as little boys about girls and women was true. That they're all, they're all sugar and spice and everything nice, and they're all soft and gentle, and they smell good and they're kind. That shit ain't true. Women are fucked up too. They're not all clean and pretty and smell nice and kind. That's a lie. That's a damn lie. And don't hit girls. Yeah, I'm all for that. But if I'm in danger, my life's in danger, or if I'm not just going to stand there and be assaulted, and if there's no way I can get out of the situation, then okay. And it depends. If they harm somebody that I love, like I saw this video one time, I could only watch it once. I'm not even going to bring it up. I'm not even going to look it up to see it. You guys can if you want to. There's this guy. There's this black father Not only is he a father, but he has the same skin color as me. So that cut me even deeper. And he's at a park, and there's this angry lady who has her daughter with her. And apparently the little boy did something to the little girl, allegedly. So the mom thinks. It doesn't matter. Even if that little boy walked up to her little girl and slapped the shit out of her on the playground, it's no cause and no justification for what this woman did and what this father allowed this woman to do. The kids, the dad standing there and the kids walking around his dad trying to get away from the mom who's blah, 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 you don't hit my daughter. She's chasing the little boy, not running, but walking around the father, trying to get at the little boy. She catches up to the little boy and kicks him in between his legs. This boy was probably 4 or 5 years old at the most. At the very oldest, 5. I would say he was 4. The 4-year-old little boy. And this woman kicked him between his legs, and the father didn't do nothing. As I mentioned before, yeah, don't hit women. I got it. We know that shit. But in this situation, number one, I wouldn't let her chase my son around. Hey, lady, what's going on? Tell me what happened. My son's not gonna be running in fear away from you, and I'm just standing here like, the fuck? If that woman kicked my son between his legs or kicked him anywhere that hard, and she kicked him hard, not that it matters, but it wasn't like a little tap. Any physical contact, it's a wrap for you, lady. But this was horrible. She kicked that boy between his legs hard. Lady, I'm going to give you a first-rate, world-class lesson. I'm going to put on a clinic of customer service. I'm going to hook you up. I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to teach you a lesson. I'm going to teach you what happens when you assault somebody's child on the playground, lady. You're going to be all different flavors of fucked up. I don't know what I might do. I might just grab her and rip her in half like a phone book at one of those Christian strength groups, Promise Keepers or some shit. Hey, what's up, guys? We're out here lifting weights for Jesus. One of those guys. I remember going to one of them shows, and that big-ass dude took a phone book, the Yellow Pages. Kids, a long time ago, Yellow Pages where you listed the public's phone numbers. I might grab that woman and tear her in half long ways like a phone book. I don't know. I'm not responsible for the next 2 minutes. But I guarantee you my son is going to sit there and go, my dad loves me. I'm gonna try to remember all the WWF moves that my brother used to do to me after we get done watching wrestling on Saturday morning. I'm gonna introduce you to every hard surface out here. You kick my son like that, there is no more man and woman. It's protector versus enemy. And I'm gonna give you the business. Look that shit up. If they don't give you your drop of anger blood, you're dead inside. Man. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Man. That poor little kid running, like walking around his dad trying to get away from this woman. This grown-ass 30-something-year-old woman chasing this little boy. Lady, I'm gonna give you the ride to hell right here on this playground. Remember the Undertaker? Oh, dog. Come on now. Ugh, people. It's over. It'll be over. The ribs are going to be tenderized. You're going to be fucked up. Remember at the end of Street Fighter, would you like to continue? And he's just fucking swole up, blood, purple, all that. Yeah. Yes, Alien Robot Ghost, there is a video for it. I seen it. It's out there, and it's horrible. And that father, what a weak punk bitch you are. You sorry, worthless sack of shit. You're useless. You're like a set of tonsils. You're useless. What are you there for? I'm sure your wife or whoever the mother of this child is, if she's married to you, she can find somebody else to bring home a paycheck, because that's obviously all you're good for if you stand there and let that woman hurt your child like that. Did he think, oh, she's a lady, I don't want to? I don't give a fuck what you are. You're hurt. That's what you are. You're hurt. Fucking DDT right there. Come on. Get that bitch in the camel clutch. Iron Sheik that hoe. You kidding me? Man. King B. Falcon says, and if I'm the son, I'm kicking Pops in his nuts while he's asleep. Yeah, man. We're going to go ahead and swell those up for you. You must be out of your damn mind. Charles Turner Jr., what up, man? He said, Jericho, that woman was no lady. No, that was not ladylike, and that was not motherly. That wasn't motherly. What are you doing? You don't do that to a fucking child. Man, that lady's getting the rock bottom, everything. Take off my imaginary elbow pads, throw that shit across the ring. She's gonna be like, what are you doing? I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna give you a clinic. I'm gonna show you how to get into a coma real quick. Anyway, enough of that good talk. Make sure you check out mygreengear.com. Link will be in the description box. I know some of you, like Miss Heidi Booth, have mugs on the way, and they're coming. Oh, yeah. Brian Hendricks, top 3 Street Fighter moves on that trick. So, yeah, that's it. That's it. Finish him. I know that's Mortal Kombat. But yeah, it's over, man. It's over. You get used to. I tell you what, lady. One good thing is gonna come out of this. One good thing for you is you are going to have the best parking wherever you go. Restaurants, state buildings, federal buildings, concerts, wherever you want to go, grocery store. You are going to be able to park up front. And when you get out of your car, there's going to be no question, or when you're helped out of your car, there's going to be no question that, yeah, that lady definitely deserves that parking spot. I'm going to give you the best parking you've ever had. What? Jay Reason says he'll be on the beach in 45 minutes having drinks. With who? Beach? What beach? DJ John T says, do some Arnold. What would you like to hear? All the way over there in Sweden, yeah. Ute vegan, Blagenfjörgen, yeah. I'm just kidding. Thank you for being here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What? Robert Boycourt says, I see 382 watching, only 100 smasheth the like button. Come on, people. Take that finger, pull it out of wherever it is, whatever you got it in, whatever it's doing, whatever it's rubbing on. Pull it away for a second. Like button. Stick it back in there. It'll be fine. Just take a second. Jay Reason, South Florida, but near the Gulf. Oh, man. You live in La Vida Loca. Good for you, man. Don't wait 45 minutes. Go to the beach now. That's all right. I understand. We'll catch up later. Get your ass out there. Those toes in the sand, man. I bet it's hot, too. I was there in November, and it was hot. So I know coming up on April, it's probably smoking. Good for you, man. Good for you. Good for you, brother. Let's see. Hold on. You know what, DJ John T? Since you asked, he said, "Do I have a good gun today?" You know what I do? It's the one I was going to do yesterday, but then I found the other one where the dude was went up to the old lady's door and pulled his dick out, and she shot him through the door. That was great. Jay Reason, 88 degrees. Nice rest and relaxation before I get back to the grind. Yeah, man. Unplug. Thank you for checking me out while you're down there on your downtime. I appreciate that, man. But soak it up. Let's get to that good gun, shall we? Mr. DJ John T. Oh, my wife just texted me. My son has baseball practice at 5 o'clock. Ooh, that's not going to work because 5 o'clock, I'll be right here with my man Gian for Stop the Fuckery, episode 3. Oh, something I got to deal with when I'm done here. Okay, this says, woman shoots, kills man who tried to rob her Southwest Houston food truck. Houston PD says, well, you can't do that. That's her money. But I'm sure she explained that to you. Houston police said a 23-year-old man was shot and killed when he tried to rob a food truck on South Main on Tuesday afternoon. Tough titty, said the kitty. Cassandra Howard Turner's family owns the truck, which has been operating in the parking lot off South Main at Fondren for about 3 years. Turner, 53, is the cook behind the counter of the soul food truck. She and her family started Elite Eats in 2020. So these people, these hardworking Americans, are doing their thing, creating their product for the consumer. I'm sure a lot of sweat equity and actual equity went into procuring this business. I'm sure it cost them money to buy the truck and the equipment and the insurance and the health department, all that shit. I'm sure they had to come up with the menu, a lot of trial and error, a lot of sleepless nights, especially the night before they open for the first time. Is it going to be a hit? Are we going to be able to stay open? Will we have the customers continue? Are we going to get good reviews? All those things that go into starting a small business. And they're supposed to let this little motherfucker come over there and steal their hard-earned money. Huh. Let's see. Oxtail, and we've got good hamburgers too. Pork chops, wings. People come from all over to eat here. Family member Jacqueline Mitchell said. According to HPD Lieutenant Brian Bui, B-U-I, Bui, I guess, a man pulled up to the food truck Tuesday around 1 p.m. 1 p.m., food truck, lunchtime, lots of money being made. That's probably why he decided to go there. Actually, it's the end of lunch because lunch is what, noon? So he figured they just had a nice lunch rush. Cash register's probably full. Let me go over here and be a fucking thief. And asked what they served. When Turner showed him, the man pulled out a gun and got out of his truck. She was able to close the window, but the man opened it back up and put his arm inside the food truck. Now, I fear for my life, sir. And this is Texas. While pointing the gun at her. That's when, according to Bui, the suspect tried to shoot, but his gun jammed. You were going to kill this woman. You were going to kill this woman for some cash. You were going to take this woman's life, fuck her whole family up, probably destroy the business because you wanted some cash. Okay. Turner then shot the man several times, police said. He collapsed about 50 feet away from the truck, authorities said. He was pronounced dead at the scene, so she must have got him up in here. She got him all up in his chesticles. Houston PD investigators said nothing was taken from the food truck, and they're checking the area for surveillance video. Bui said the robber didn't fire a shot. And it also said that Turner is licensed to carry. Damn, so she followed the law too, so you can't do shit to her. The aftermath. Turner's son said he would never have wanted to use her gun, but she didn't have a choice. My mama is a great person, you know, good-hearted, looking out for everybody. She'd give the shirt off her back. That's another part of this. You force people to take your life. They don't want to. Just because you have a gun, obviously she needed to have one, or she would have been laying about 50 feet away from the truck instead of him. They would have been notifying her family instead of his. So obviously she needed that shit. But you're forcing people into situations where they have to kill somebody. Everybody's not built for that. Nobody wants to do that. But she will be damned if you're going to hurt her and take her life. For what? Few $100. I hope it was a lot of money. I hope that woman is extremely successful, and I'm sure the community is going to be an outpouring of support for her, and she's going to make record amounts of money selling food. Great. But there's no amount of money inside of that cash register worth taking that woman's fucking life. And I bet you if he would have dropped his gun or something, or if he would have somehow changed his mind, that woman probably would have gave his bitch ass some food to take home. Here you go, sweetheart. You don't need to be out here robbing and stealing. She probably would have offered that sorry son of a bitch a job. We all know kind people like that. We all know people, maybe some of us are those people who would literally give a stranger the shirt off their back. I see you're on hard times. Let me help. But that's not how it ended. He decided to try and kill that woman over some fucking money in her cash box. Well, good thing she had a nice tall glass of not today before she left the house. She said, you know what, son? You know what, baby? Your lead content isn't high enough. Let me help you. Oh, boo, boo, boo. So what happens? That's what happens to monsters and demons who are willing to take the life of an innocent person for nothing. That's right, Gen X Ripper, serving up some hot lead. She's going to have to put hot lead on the menu now. We serve oxtails, pork chops, chicken wings, and hot lead to all you motherfuckers who want to try it. That's what happened. Fat Samurai, he found out. He didn't want to. He didn't come there to find out. He came there to fuck around. But he fucked around. And then he found out. Rome 13, he gonna learn today. No, he's not. He ain't learning shit today. He's gone. Dumbass. That's what happens. He messed around and got dumped on. Let me go ahead and dump on this fool. Boom, boom, boom. Fuck you expect that lady to do? Cower in fear and get shot? Hell no. Good for her. Good for her, bad for him. Stupid ass. Jay Reason, that's right. He went from he, him to was, were. He was like, you know what? I'm good. I don't need no more oxygen. I'm good. Go ahead. No, I'm sure. Go ahead. Take it away. I'm good. Shoot. So, DJ John T, I hope that was a good gun. Thank you for asking. Lady said, whap. Shit. I left my damn oxtails in there fucking around with you. And what do you think the chances are that the person who was going to rob her looked just like her? Because BLM, right? BLM. You know what? I'm wrong. Yeah, Heidi Boo, she said when she gets her new mug, yeah, send me a pic. I'm still compiling pictures of people. When you get your green gear and stuff, people take a picture, shoot me an email. JerichoGreen2018@gmail.com. I want to put together some stuff and show people how happy you are when you get your green gear. That poor lady. And she's probably fucking traumatized. Some people aren't. Some people, especially if it's a situation where it's life or death. So a lot of people don't trip off of it. And I hope she's one of them. But chances are there's a good chance that she's gonna have some issue with that. This might take her some time to come back to the food truck. So hope that woman will be okay. Oh, you know what? So what the hell are we going to talk about? Well, we're going to talk about Mr. Jacob Jacob Chansley, who's free at last. Nicole Linton, she's the lady who drove at 130 miles an hour through that intersection in LA and killed those 6 people the end of last year. You will be shocked to hear the defense. You will be shocked at the defense that her attorney wants to use. It's crazy. Heidi Booth, JG got my autographed mug. Good damn morning is still on my desk, not washing it or using it. Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you. I'll never wash this mug again. So yeah, the defense that her lawyer has the nerve to come up with is pretty crazy, pretty insulting to those family members. But you know, they're gonna try to do what they do. And this kid, this teenager, he got booted from a Pokemon card. It was like they get together to trade Pokemon cards. So awesome. And he was kicked out of it because he laughed at pronouns. Someone asked him, what pronouns do you use? And he was like nervous in front of a bunch of people, and he kind of like laughed. And so they can't have that. You can't laugh at that. I guess the guy was like, well, actually, I'm a they, them, so don't laugh at that. So the guy got kicked out of it because of that bullshit. He got kicked out of the event, which he's probably happy to be there. He might have even paid. And no, you cannot talk about our golden calf, the Ku Klux Trans. Don't you dare. Don't you dare chuckle at this silly, stupid shit. So he got kicked out. We'll talk about that. I got a real men of genius. That shit is so funny. I saw this shit and I started laughing. Let's see. There it is. Whoop. There it is. This shit's hella funny. And it's been, I probably haven't seen it since the 90s when it came out. Because they had, I don't know how many they had, 10 of them or something. That whole Real Men of Genius campaign they had was too damn funny. Today we salute you, Mr. Roller Cooler Roller. That shit's so funny. So I found the page. I just got to find the video on here. Today we salute you. It's the taco salad inventor, Mr. Taco Salad. This shit's so funny. I mean, I guess I could find it on YouTube, but it was on this page here. But it's all like old music videos, old 90s and shit. It's hella funny. It's at 90s Kid for Life. And it's the number 4 at LYFE. Oh, well, I can't find it on the page here, so I just pull it from YouTube. But, man, that shit was too funny. Oh, shit. Ooh, and there's another video I want to show you guys. Dylan Mulvaney. Since it's the end of Women's Heritage Month. Oh, I'm so angry. I wish we had more time. I wish there were 40 days in a month. But there's only 31. And so Dylan Mulvaney is taking us on a tour of a little pink room. And no, I'm not talking about his makeshift vagina. I mean like an actual pink room. And AOC, Miss Loco Cortez, you motherfucker. Her womb is so polluted. She could have my fucking baby, man. Her dumb ass is in a little bit of trouble because she was so upset that the creator of Libs of TikTok had the nerve to approach her and file an ethics complaint against AOC. You don't do that. You don't file ethics complaints against AOC. She's part of the squad. She's a woman of color. What ethics did she violate? She's perfect by definition. She's a woman, and she's a woman of color. So you better fuck off, right? Got it. It's so funny. Okay. Let's start off with a little chuckle, shall we? Why not? We'll get our anger blood, that's for sure. But why not? Why not like laugh a little? Like, are you guys okay with that? You guys want to laugh here now? You want to laugh or now? That's such a California thing too. You want to go or what? You want to see it or now? Okay. Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius. So funny. 90s, come get me, fool.
Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real men of genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Giant Taco Salad Inventor.
Mr. Giant Taco Salad Inventor.
Ground beef, refried beans, guacamole, cheese, sour cream, and if there's any room left, a few shreds of lettuce.
I don't see no lettuce.
A culinary creation that baffles
I don't see no lettuce.
the human mind. A 12,000-calorie salad.
Ah, caramba.
Some may ask, is your taco salad healthy? Of course it is. It's a salad, isn't it?
You can eat that deep fried country bowl.
So crack open a nice cold Bud Light, conquistador of the calorie. You put the feast in fiesta.
Mr. Giant Taco Salad Inventor.
I don't see no lettuce. Oh, that shit was so funny. I hope you got a laugh out of that. And if there's still room, a few shreds of lettuce. I don't see no lettuce. All right. Just think about those days, guys. Just harken back. What a great time it was. What a great time it was. Oh boy. Speaking of great, let's talk about it. Cannon Baller 2020. Thank you for the C note. You're alone in the $100 club. Uncle Jericho, glad I caught you live. Best channel and people. I had to bring my son to the doctor and they wanted us to wear masks. I told him to shove it up your ass. It's supposed to be over. Cannon Baller, they say it's over. They say that the tide has receded. Sloppy Joe was walking around with that reporter at the, what was it? The Detroit Auto Show. And he said, hey, it's over. It's done. So they shouldn't have asked you to do that because the old man said it was cool. Because that's who you want to take your advice from. Is that old senile fucker. Yes, another one, DM. Thank you. Left won't obsess over car and pen violence. Second, well, if it was beneficiary to them, they would. Because they're not, it's not about our safety. No. It's not about our safety. Because then they would outlaw sharp objects and guns and all that shit. It's just about their control. And they wouldn't care if they had to outlaw puppy dogs. If that would give them control, that's exactly what they do. Get rid of those ugly things. You know they would. Because they what? Hate us. Hate. Fuckers. That was fun though. Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius. You know what? Let me show you something fucking weird that I did not want to see. That I didn't know existed. But oof. What can you say? Oof. Oh. And it's just fucking gross, man. It really is. It really is. Like, what the fuck? And I posted, I don't know, a few months back of Demi Moore. Who was it? Some boy, some little kid. He was under, I think he was like 15 or something. She kissed him in his mouth, and she was a grown woman. So what I'm about to show you is a series of videos where Justin Bieber was being molested, whether verbally or physically, by adults when he was young. And it's, you know, put aside what you may think of Justin Bieber. He was a kid, and this shit should not have happened to him. And it was in front, in some cases, in front of millions of people, and nobody said shit. And then later you hear him talking about, I think he's talking about Billie Eilish and how he wants, and it's recent footage. He's obviously grown, and he's talking about how he wishes he could protect her so what happened to him doesn't happen to her. And this shit, this is so, like, why didn't somebody, where was his mom? Because I know he was raised by a single mom. Was she not standing off stage? And people might say, well, you can't be there for everything. If your kid is a fucking superstar and obviously you don't have a job to go to anymore, you can be there for everything. This isn't cell phone footage of him out in public on a random day. This is on award shows and TV shows where he is being verbally and physically assaulted. Adults are asking him inappropriate questions about himself, and he is visibly uncomfortable. And in some cases, he says, I'm uncomfortable. You see him move away from one of the TV hosts. That fucking James something, that weird British dude who sings with fucked up leftist commies inside of his car. David Letterman. Some woman, the first one is some woman forcing him, holding him from getting away, and kissing him on his neck. And it says Bieber was 18 and she was 40. Yeah, he was an adult, but this shit was still inappropriate. And if he was a 40-year-old man and she was an 18-year-old girl or 18-year-old young woman trying to get away, shit would be different. And if he turned around and slapped the shit out of her, like, get the fuck off of me, you'd want his head on a pike. But if it was a woman, that's right, get him, girl, go outside and key his car too. This shit is disgusting, man. I was like, what the fuck? Ew. Who is letting this shit happen? Golly, man, this shit's fucked up. And he's young in some of these clips. He's young. Look at that shit. Look at that.
Wow. I feel violated right now. Wow.
Get that off of there. Hey. You have to be.
That was David Letterman. And he said, hey. Like, he knows where he's at. He don't want to flash on this dude too bad. He's on national TV. That dude is like trying to tickle him and shit. And if that was a woman.
Naked on stage during one full song. Answer Justin Bieber.
I have like little girl fans. I can't go.
Asking him if he would get naked on stage for one song. Imagine there were no laws. Like, there were no laws against grown people looking at children nude on TV. Just imagine if there were no laws and I could do whatever I wanted to you. And this shit happens to men all the time. Men get sexually harassed all the time. Why? Because they can take it. Because you're a man. Because who cares? You're a dude. So what? Fuck you. Getting gracious. Used to see this shit at work all the time. It's happened to me at work before. Inappropriate touching from a female coworker. Seeing dudes get their asses grabbed or get kissed or get their crotch grabbed. Because you're a dude. Fuck you.
Megan, you smell amazing. How old are you?
Listen, you smell. Come here. You smell amazing. How old are you?
Thank you.
How old are you?
Thank you, you weird limey fuck.
I'm 16. I'll be 17.
16. 16-year-old girl sitting there, male star in his 30s. Come here. You smell so good. How old are you? 16? Oh, it's funny.
In like 2 weeks.
I don't ever remember smelling that good at 16.
I don't ever remember smelling that good when I was 16.
Wow, look at your eyes. What?
Wow, look at your eyes. What the fuck? Why didn't a fist come out of frame and knock that fool out?
Shona, look at him. Look at what a beautiful face. Oh,
Look at him. What a beautiful. Look at they're laughing. They're laughing at this grown man touching this 16-year-old boy's face on live TV. It's funny. Look at that bitch behind him laughing. This kid's getting molested. That's hilarious.
right.
Was Katy Perry, who apparently wanted to know what a Bieber butt felt like.
Squeeze your face.
Oh, hold on. How old did that footage look? That looked like some way back in the 2000s footage, didn't it? Katy Perry, just grab his ass. 16, 17, so what? You're a boy. Who cares? I can molest you in front of a live studio audience. Look at Leah Remini's dirty ass.
No, I was
No. Ellen showing a naked photo of him on her show.
Come on, let's do it together.
That makes me feel uncomfortable.
Moves away from it. That makes me feel uncomfortable. David Letterman, you sick piece of shit.
I just want to protect her, you know? I don't want her to go through anything I went through. I don't wish that upon anybody.
Look at that. What if some 40-year-old man was forcing an 18-year-old girl to get kissed on her fucking neck? If you don't think Hollywood is fucked up, watch that clip. But he's famous. Who cares, right? Who cares? He's famous. He's a guy. So what? Who knows what damage that did to that kid? Again, where was his mama? Where the fuck was your mama? 16 years old, your mom's not everywhere with you? 16 years old, you're an international superstar. You're firmly in the grips of entertainment and all the perversion that comes with it, and your mama's not there with you? Damn. Your mom might suck, Justin Bieber. Your mom just might suck. Aborted Sagdiev, thank you. He says, my wife is dead. A high five. Oh, man. People, people deal with grief in different ways, man. Thank you. Thank you, Aborted. I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay. We got some more all up in her. Gabe, what's up, man? I sure appreciate that. It's been so long since I've seen you. Yeah, man. Appreciate that, Gabe. Gabe says, I'm assuming this is to be in a Hulk Hogan voice. Yes. Make sure you try our new rigatoni taco salad featured on the great show Double Impact with Gabe Shonton, Jericho, brother. And if you consume that entire rigatoni taco, brother, you can get a ride on the back of that red and yellow Harley, brother. Gabe, I told him about your Macho Man impression, which is great. So I see a lot of back and forth with the Hulkster and the Macho Man. Oh, yeah. Brother. Oh, man. Poor Bear, huh? What? Look at this. Look what the fuck we got here. Hold on. Man, how many times does my shit need to be upgraded or updated? Schedule update. You just updated that shit like last month. What the hell? Bam. Yeah, Roomfay. Yeah. Yes, been here for a while, and I thank you, Arumfe. Welcome to Green Nation. Cool kid, please pick your trays up, scoot it down for one of the OGs. Arumve. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you for becoming a member. You member, fucker. You member, no mame, way, no mame. Okay, I think it's time for some good news, huh? Jacob Chansley, free. A free man. So here's what happened. Here, let's check the timeline. So J6 happens July 6th, 2021. And no, I don't mean January 6th because Biden said July 6th was the worst day in American history. So July 6th happens, people get arrested, and they're still there. And as you know, we are past January 2023. So that's more than 2 years that these people have been sitting in jail. And probably the main player, other than the evil orange fucker, was this guy, Jacob Chansley. He was the quote-unquote QAnon shaman. He had the horns and the painted face and the flag. So if you listen to the mainstream mediocres, this guy was Satan incarnate. This guy was J6. This guy was the leader. He was the spearhead of this. He's the one who first thrust open the doors to the Capitol and made entry and penetrated our democracy, right? So this is the guy's face you see all over the place. QAnon shaman, QAnon, 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 QAnon. Okay, so let's pull up this gentleman. Jacob Chansley. Bam. Here we go. QAnon shaman. That's what they call him. QAnon shaman Jacob Chansley, released from prison 14 months early, moved to a halfway house. What an insult. Halfway house. He's not in there on drug charges. Why is he going to a fucking halfway house? The QAnon shaman, who notoriously stormed the U.S. Capitol shirtless in a horned coyote fur headdress on January 6, 2021, has been released from prison 14 months early and moved to a halfway house in Phoenix, Arizona, prison officials said Thursday. Jacob Chansley, 35, who became the poster boy for the Capitol riot, had been sentenced to 3.5 years in federal prison. Damn. But served just over 2 years before he was set free on Tuesday, according to the Federal Bureau of Prisons. It is appropriate this gentle and intelligent young man be permitted to move forward with the next stage of what undoubtedly will be a law-abiding and enriching life, Chansley's former lawyer, Albert Watkins, said in a statement. I applaud the decision of the U.S. Bureau of Prisons in this regard, he said. That shit out of the way. I will share this with you. You can see it. So you can see this evil man's face. You can see the man who pierced our capital with his disgusting patriotism. So here he is up here. This is how we've come to know him. Right there. Remember that guy? We've all seen him. That's him. That's the guy. Throw him in prison. So he gets out. This is what it looked like when they took him in. Chansley of Phoenix pleaded guilty to civil disorder and violent entry to the Capitol in September 2021. His release comes just weeks after new video evidence emerging showing Capitol cops escorting Chansley down the halls of the building and through the doors of the U.S. Senate, prompting Watkins to demand his one-time client to be freed. So you can see right here, this guy supposedly broke into the Capitol. Insurrection is what they call us. What they call us. Well, yeah, they do call us that, but what they told us. Insurrectionists. These guys are committing an insurrection. They're carrying out a coup. So you see this cop right here. Boy, he looks stressed out. His mask ain't even upright. You can see this is a very aggressive posture. He's pointing him somewhere. Probably, can you head this way, or for the next leg of the tour if you want to head to the right? Not only that, look at homeboy back here. Boy, he looks like an insurrectionist. So why isn't that cop like, hey, motherfucker, what you doing? Why are you in here? Why isn't that cop saying that? That's weird. So anyway, the guy's former lawyer says, hey, you need to get him out of here in light of this new evidence. Chansley, who suffered from mental health problems, served 11 months in solitary confinement during his prison stint. That's almost a year. And that can't do anything negative. That has no negative effects on the brain, being in a hole by yourself for a year. No way. He's now living in a residential reentry center in Phoenix with a release date of May 25th, according to the Bureau of Prisons spokesperson. So the last court filing in his case is an order granting a probation petition signed by Judge Royce Lamberth on January 20th. And this right here is the infamous footage that basically got him released. So you see a 1, a 2, a 3, 4, 5, no, 3, 4. So you see 1, 2, 3, 4. Capitol Police with helmets on. You see one guy looks like he has is that another officer? So it's 5. It's another officer here with a helmet. So these officers have helmets on. They're ready to go. So that's 5 of them. And then you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 officers who are just, regular gear, nothing tactical, no helmets. So you have 5 plus 6. What is that? It's 11, right? I know I went to private school, but I'm pretty good on the basic addition and subtraction. So that's 11 police officers. 11 of them. Let's see. This one has his back to him. Cops usually don't turn their back on a threat. This cop down here seems to be walking at a leisurely pace. And these officers are this officer right here looks like both his hands are probably on his vest right here. He's chilling. This cop, I can't tell if he has his hand in his pocket or not. This lady, this female officer, she's looking over at this officer. This officer here, so make it 12, I think. This looks like an officer. He has a reflective coat, just like this lady. 12 officers, 1 dozen officers. He don't look too worried. Again, this guy's walking. He still has all his shit, his bullhorn, his flag, his silly makeup, and his hat. So they don't have a problem with what he's wearing. And this cop's obviously leading him. Follow me, sir. So he's gone down the gauntlet of police officers, and none of them seem to be throwing him to the ground, affecting an arrest. So I don't get it. Don't understand why he did 2 years in prison, 11 months in the hole for what? And people might say, well, he pleaded guilty. Well, yeah. If you got a bunch of FBI agents and shit telling you you're looking at big time, you'll take a little time. And let's see. 2 officers walking with him, still has all his shit. And let me know if there's any law enforcement in here. Let me know that when you're dealing with the suspect who just broke into the Capitol, you're going to let him keep his backpack and his pole, basically, with a flag on it. You're going to let him keep that? Probably not. Probably going to take that. Might use that pole as a weapon to hit one of you. But we know violence. No one ever had their life taken by unnatural means before guns were invented, right? No one ever got killed with a sword or a spear or a rock or a stick. So, of course, those officers dealing with an aggressive individual would allow him to hold on to probably a 6-foot pole there. Cool. So, in case you were wondering, would our federal government sit on, for lack of a better term, sit on evidence that would absolve this man of what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word. Anyway, would they sit on evidence that would release this man from prison? Would our federal government do that to us? Would they have this footage that they know proves this man doesn't need to be in prison? Would they hold it and not release it? Would they do that to us? What do you think? What do you think, man? Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to deprive you guys of this, but But happy Women's Heritage Month to you all. Because you ladies, you guys are something else. And who else is something else? Yes, Mr. Taco Man. Mr. Taco Man, and I hope you're talking about the Penguins. Thank you for becoming a member of Green Nation. Cool kids, trays up, scoot it down. We got a new one. Thank you, Mr. Taco Man. Thank you for becoming a member. This lovely little group we're putting together. A board act. Thank you again. Hold on, let me get your super duper here. Yeah, there we go. Let's get it in there. Let's get this man a little video. Thanks, man. Says Jericho, did you like my wrestling match against Azamat Bagatov? No, I did not. That was absolutely disgusting. And it was better fight than Hulk Hogan versus Ultimate Warrior. Yes? No, hell no. I'd rather watch Hulkster versus the Ultimate Warrior 1,000 times than to watch you wrestle Azamat for 5 more seconds. That was a lot, man. That was a lot for society to deal with, and you know it. So, make sure I didn't skip any here. I did see a putty tap. Brendan Gazalak, my good man. Thank you for the Hamilton. He says, if I penetrated the Capitol, you mean was let in like everyone else, then yeah, he penetrated. What's up, JG? It has been a while. Love you, bro. Hey, thanks for being here, man. I sure appreciate it. And yeah, I mean, is it an insurrection when you're invited? Tell me. Is it an insurrection if you are invited? If they are moving barriers out of the way and literally like waving people in. Let's go. It's like in an action movie and the buildings are falling. If you notice, the main character is always, come on, move, run, go, go, go. Like these people don't fucking know to do that. But check it out. I'm telling you, I'm right. In any action movie, usually, if it's like a end of the world movie or anything, action movie, bad shit's going on. The main character is always going to be like, go, come on, run, get down, whatever. I'm telling you, check it out. Check it out. But that's basically what they were doing. Let's go, move it. Get in here. January 6th, it's going to be a big deal. Give us extra security. What's that, Pelosi? No. So you mean to tell me if our elected officials had an opportunity to stop the worst day in American history, do you think they would take that opportunity? Craig the Hunter, that's right. Depends on what side of the building you're on. If you're on the side of the building where AOC died 3 times, then yes, it was pretty dangerous. But these are their words. These are their words, okay? They said that J6 was worse than Pearl Harbor, was worse than 9/11, and was worse than the Civil War. So if they have the opportunity, i.e. a phone call saying shit's going to get crazy, give us some more people, some more bodies, would they take that opportunity to save you, the American people who they care so much about, from experiencing the worst day in American history? Would they do that? I think we know the answer. Let's see, Mr. Taco Man. He says, gotta support JG. He was going to be a star when I worked with him. And yes, Jericho, you know I'm all about those pink tacos. Oh, well, who are you? Shoot me an email. Let me know who you are. JerichoGreen2018@gmail.com. Or you can tell me here if you want. It's up to you, brother. There's nothing wrong with that pink taco, am I right? James Bateman, they need a reality check, JG. We tried to give him reality checks. We tried to tell him we know this is some bullshit. The worst day in American history, and you could have stopped it, and you didn't. So what does that mean? You fucking hate us, or that wasn't the worst day in American history, and it wasn't even close. Let's see. Jeremiah King says, need a mic stand. I could put it right here. I just like to hold the mic. I don't know. You tell me, dog. I can hear myself better. I could put it down here. There. Look, Ma. No hands. But then I can't hear my voice that good. So it's gotta be here, man. It's gotta be here. Mr. Taco Man, hold on. Ryan from Monterey. Thanks for providing the voice of reason, my man. Ryan, who is this? Ryan P? There's lots of Ryans. But again, shoot me an email. Let me know. I appreciate you being here. Thank you. Especially if you're in Monterey, you know how much of a liberal shithole that can be. You know how many blue-haired, granola-headed dirt fuckers there are in Monterey, all the colleges. Oh, that shit was the worst. Working at Trader Joe's was the worst. Oh my God. People are fucked up near the water. Why is it always bad when you get on the coast? East or west, it don't matter. Something about that salt water that fucks people's heads up. Nico Giorgio, our resident law enforcement expert, 26 years experience with the NYPD. Newly retired. He's painting rooms and drinking Jacks and Cokes and shit. He says when a person is under arrest, handcuffs go on behind the back. A body search a body search for property on his person is removed, and all personal property is taken away to be vouchered for safekeeping. So, Nico, what you're telling me is if you arrest a guy for making illegal entry, you're not going to let him walk around with his backpack, horned hat, and a 6-foot pole, right? Right. Thanks for that, Nico Giorgio. And that's the truth. And I haven't been a cop ever in my life, and I'm, just making an educated guess. You probably don't want the perp to have a weapon. Call me crazy. Him about Chris. Jericho has Ranger buddies. I do? Hey, shout out. I got SEAL buddies, Ranger buddies. Don't fuck with me. I got all kinds of crazy fuckers. Got my back, eh? Be careful. Blues. Got something for you. Thank you for the Twompski. Jan 6 includes most of the Republicans, as well as we have got to drain the swamp and put term limits. Everyone in the House and Senate, the longer they are there, the more they steal. Term limits. I'm all for it. Not only is it good for us so they don't become complacent and corrupt, but it keeps fresh new blood, fresh ideas flowing so we get the best and the brightest. What do they call that? Competition. Competition breeds the best option for the consumer, for the American people. Don't see what's wrong with that. There should be nobody in elected office that has been there for 50 years. We could have gotten so many new people in there, so many better ideas, so many different angles, different viewpoints. Over the last 50 years, you mean to tell me there was no better candidate in the state of Delaware than sloppy Joe Biden? That's the best you put out, Delaware? Or Scranton? Who's responsible for that? Is it either Delaware or Scranton who's responsible for that old mush mouth turd? Man, please. Fucking. Of course those bastards need term limits. Abigail Lemon Party. Jericho, what do you think about the Ku Klux Klan storming the Capitol in Tennessee? I think they should get the same treatment as the people who stormed the Capitol in D.C. on July 6th. They should get thrown in prison, and they can stay in there until somebody brings up some exculpatory. That's the word I was looking for, exculpatory evidence. Take a year, 2 years, 3 years, Oh well. Have them sit on the footage until somebody pulls it from under their distended anus so we can view it. That's what should happen. And I'm willing, and I've only heard about this. I haven't read anything, but depending on who's telling the story, what do they mean by stormed? Did they actually storm it? Because if they did, and the mainstream mediocres are covering it, it was one of those mostly peaceful situations. They didn't storm it. Yeah, they broke glass and shit, but they didn't storm it. It depends on who's covering it. I need to see the footage of the storming. Bastards. But if you're flying under the flag of the Ku Klux Klans, you're good to go. You can do whatever the fuck you want. You can do whatever you want. You can storm, trash, break, destroy, fuck up. They don't care. They don't care. Who gives them the most power? Who's a threat to that? Shit on them. But we have evidence, shit on them. But who I'll never shit on. I'll never shit on Leonard S. Thank you, Leonard. I think Jacob was lured into the Senate chamber by corrupt Dems who needed a symbol. That's why the cops were leading him. That's totally possible. Tinfoil hat, toss it in the trash. That definitely could have happened. I've even seen stuff, and of course, I haven't looked too deep into it, I guess, but I saw a video breakdown of somebody showing the shoes of the Nashville shooter. How when it shows the footage of the dead dummy going through the halls, they have white and black shoes on. But when you look at the body that the cops put down, it's yellow and red shoes. So you had regular Vans on, and regular black and white Vans, and then Vans with the flames on the side. I saw that. Now, what does that mean? I don't know. We'd have to look into it much more. But on the surface, you're going to think that's totally possible. Would they put somebody in place to take those lives? Of course they would. So anything's fucking possible, man. We've seen their true colors. The sweet and sour sniffles really showed us who we're dealing with and their capacity for evil and their capacity for the destruction of the middle class and lower middle class. Because that's who got hurt. You think the Walmart CEOs and shit and these elected officials who were going out, Pelosi went and got her did. Mayor Googly Eyes from Chicago went and got her did, and didn't make any difference. She was still a googly-eyed, ugly motherfucker as soon as she walked out of there. Nancy Pelosi was still a drunk, liver-spotted, big-titty bitch. None of it helped, but they did it. Gavin Newsom went to the French Laundry. Mayor London Breed, she went out to a Tony concert. The rules are for you poor little tax ID numbers, not us. So we saw their capacity for our destruction. We saw them shutting down our businesses. We saw them make our kids stay home and make us turn our living room into a living room classroom. And now I'm supposed to be your parent teacher, and you're supposed to sit in front of a fucking screen all day. Didn't our parents always tell us back up from the TV? Didn't our parents turn the TV off and tell us to go outside? Now you want our kids to sit in front of a screen 2 feet away for 6 hours? I'm supposed to be their teacher now? And the teachers union are like, hey, hell yeah. Our teachers sit at home. The kids get fucked up. Even the teachers that wanted to be there weren't allowed to be there. Even if they would have had teachers that want to be there, they can be. And then the teachers that don't, whatever. You Zoom call them fucking kids. But if you want to come on campus and you ain't no fucking idiot, go ahead. But no, just threw that fucking year away. Got us walking by playgrounds with the fucking yellow caution tape around like somebody got murdered by the slide. Like they found a body at the playground. You got the fucking caution tape around the playground. Guess what? Playgrounds are located outside. Get your ass out there in the sun, kid. Nope. Stay in the house. So we already know what they're about. We already know. We ripped the mask off. We've seen there. It's like pulling Jason's mask off. You see that sick, disgusting, satanic killer behind it. Finally. I think that was part 6 where they showed his face for the first time. So we know what they're about. We know what they're capable of. But I tell you what, Jacob Chansley, your first interview better be with Tucker Carlson, because he's the one who put that shit on TV. You better shake that man's hand. And I can't wait to hear his side of the story, because we haven't heard from him. He didn't say, this is what happened. They came and picked me up. They told me this. They put me here. I want to hear from him. I want to hear what he has to say. What did they do? How did you get that police escort? How did you get inside the Capitol? That's what I want to know. How did you make entry? How did you get in there? Did you climb through a window? Or did they open the door and say, welcome in, welcome to the Capitol? And you got a fucking tour? What happened? That's what I want to know. How did you get in there, and how were you treated when you did? We see the footage, but what were they saying to you? What were they saying to you as they led you around the Capitol? Did you know that you would be painted as an insurrectionist when you left? Did you know that you'd be going to jail? How in the hell did you get in there? Because when you hear those words come from his lips, they let me in. They told me to be there. Well, now that's different. Now we have proof that the government was involved. The very people that told us it's the worst were the ones that left the door unlocked. They pulled a water gate. They left some tape inside of there so the door wouldn't latch all the way. So it wouldn't go in there and close the door all the way so somebody could come in later and open it. So if you water gated this shit and we find out, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Get some names. What if he has some names? Oh, of elected officials. Wouldn't that be nice? Leonard S. again, thank you. That is right. He said no evidence that anyone caught the plague outside. I figured that'd be your safest bet. I figured that'd be your safest fucking bet. Outside, in the open air, where shit dissipates. Call me fucking crazy. Charles Barker, Chansley on Tucker tonight? Ooh, man. I can't wait. Sergeant Mode said he was standing next to him an hour before it went down. You were standing next to Jacob Chansley. What was the mood? Like, was he just chilling? Was he to be escorted in there? I mean, judging by the footage, it was a pretty mellow interaction. Cops weren't tense. They didn't look aggressive. No hands were on the belts or tasers or guns or nothing like that. One, like I showed you, one cop had his back turned to him. That's one thing I don't do to a potentially aggressive individual, law enforcement or not. I am not going to turn my back. I don't turn my back to the door in a restaurant. I always sit with my back to the restaurant, not the door. I learned that from my stepdad. R.I.P. Frank. But that's something he told me when I was young. He's all, man, I never sit with my back to the door. You just never know. Has anything ever happened? How many restaurants do you go to in your lifetime? Has anything ever happened? No. But does that mean I'm going to start sitting with my back to the door? Hell no. It hasn't happened yet is a fucking terrible reason not to take precautions. Well, it hasn't happened yet. It won't happen here. This is a nice area. Fuck all that. People are absolute fly-infested shit. Anything's possible. Ingrid De La Rosa, she says, impeach. What? They're not Republicans. They're not going to get impeached. They're not orange. They're not going to get impeached. They impeached him twice. And they ain't even talking about impeaching this old motherfucker. And I guess they need 2/3 majority. So it's not just a simple Republicans have control of the House, impeach that bastard. Even inside of that, barely Republican dominated House, they still need 2/3 majority to proceed with impeachment. And how you can't find 2/3 of any group of those sons of bitches to impeach sloppy Joe Biden is a fucking crime. That's worse than J6. You don't see enough evidence to impeach that fucking Quaker oatmeal brain pervert? who was laughing about the shooting, who talked about chocolate chip ice cream before he talked about the loss of those people's lives. You can't find nothing else. You can't find anything to impeach that motherfucker. Afghanistan's like, hey, brother, $85 million equipment, brother. I think that's enough. I'm about to pay $5 a gallon for gas again. I think that's enough. Fucking idiot. I give you 10 damn reasons to impeach that fool. But the 2/3 of them can't come up with 2/3 of them that think his ass should be impeached. You guys suck. Chozo Ghost, thank you for the Hamilton. Your comment earlier regarding the teen who got kicked out of the Pokemon TCG tournament was actually true. Per the article, the judge's words were, well, I go by they, them. Don't be a dick about it. That's enough to get you kicked out of something is merely smirking at these sensitive fuckers. They must not have had older siblings. They must not have been born and or raised in the 80s or 90s. Smirk? I wish all my older brother did was just smirk at me. Shit. That's what you get? That's how unstable they are. And who okayed that? Who said, yeah, kick this kid out of here for what? I would laugh too, because that's a fucking ridiculous question. Amanda Mitchell. Thank you, madame. Thank you very much, Miss Amanda Mitchell. Jericho, how can I serve jury duty tomorrow when the justice system is corrupt as hell? I'll find all defendants guilty since that's the case. Yeah, if you find out in any way that they're conservative, Republican, supported Trump, whatever, guilty. If they have blue hair, they got two moms, or if they're a woman and the bottom of their face is shiny, innocent. I feel bad for you. You got jury duty? That shit sucks. Fuck jury duty. And I even had a pretty interesting case. I had an assault case last time I had jury duty. That shit still sucked because most of the time you're waiting. You're just sitting there waiting. The only exciting part is when during the proceedings and then when you're back in the jury room debating or deliberating. That's the only exciting part. Other than that, you're just fucking shit's boring and they pay you shit. Like, hey, why don't you pay me like Ukraine to be here? Why don't you give me $1 million to do jury duty? Why don't you do that? Pay us like Ukraine, and then you'll have people lining up to do jury duty. Idiots. Jury duty sucks. One time, the last judge I had for that assault case, I was working at Trader Joe's and he came in there. I was like, hey, are you Judge so-and-so? And he was with his wife, and he was like, yeah. I was like, oh, and I told him, hey, because he was really good. He explained the process well. He was a really great judge, made sure everybody understood, made sure everybody was taking it seriously. But I afterwards, I was like, oh, man, he probably was like, for a second, like, who the fuck is this? I put this dude away. DJ John T says I have to go to sleep now. I'm tired. Long day tomorrow. See you tomorrow, gang. See you, JG. Great show. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Appreciate that. J954, what up, yo? Thank you, man. He said, JG, trying to end this on a positive, happy vibe memory. What's your favorite ice cream truck treat? Mine was a strawberry shortcake ice cream bar. Ooh, that was a good one. Oh, that was a good one. Let's see. The Choco Taco was cool. Drumstick, that was cool. The last couple bites with the chocolate at the point of the cone. Man, you had the push-ups, the Flintstone push-ups. Even the ice cream truck had candy too. You fuck around, get a couple packs of the Fun Dip, some Now and Laters. But I'm gonna have to say that strawberry shortcake ice cream. That was the shit. I'm gonna have to go with that one. I agree. Back in the day, though. You hear that ice cream truck tune? Kids were happy and parents were like, fuck. I gotta give you some money for this shit. What did my mom tell us sometimes? We got ice cream at the house. I don't want that ice cream. I don't want that fucking ice cream in there. DMW 24/7 TV. What up, man? Says my last stint on jury duty, my jury awarded a lady $175K. Hey, good for her. Hope she didn't get too fucked up to deserve it. But as a kid, didn't you want to say that when your parents would tell you some shit like, "Oh, we got that at the house"? Didn't you feel like telling them, "I don't want that fucking shit at the house. I don't want that bullshit fucking ice cream you bought. I don't want that fucking hamburger. I want McDonald's. I want ice cream truck. Fuck your food." That's what you said up here. Never came out there. But that's what I felt like. So I'm so mad. I know we got ice cream at the fucking house. I don't want it. I want the ice cream off this truck. Oh, man. That's what you wanted to say. Man, I remember one time I was in high school and I asked my parents if I could go to a party. And my parents said no. And I just remember being so fucking mad. I sat on my bed and I would just, because of my bedroom door facing out, you could see the side of the staircase coming up. And I was just sitting there on my bed so long. I was so fucking mad. Why can't I go? Hate you motherfuckers. In my head, I was cussing them out. I was so pissed, man. Fuck you. Why can't I go to the party? I haven't done shit wrong. I gotta sit here at home with you fucking uncool motherfuckers. I hate you. But I didn't. I did not. Why? Because I feared for my safety. So I didn't. But I sure wanted to. Fucking haters. Oh, man. Oh, boy. So I see some folks in here were saying Trump indicted, but I don't see it. Bitter 101. All I see is, okay. Says, as of 3 hours ago, Republicans hope potential Trump indictment doesn't doom down ballot races. But I don't see anything that says Trump indicted. Okay, Trump, 4 minutes ago, NBCnews.com, a Manhattan grand jury has voted on whether to indict Trump. The case focuses on allegations that Trump falsified his business records, marks the first time a former president has ever been charged criminally. Now, this is after a letter, who is it, from Stormy Daniels, saying that it didn't really happen. So, a grand jury in New York has voted on whether to indict former President Donald Trump on a felony charge tied to a hush money payment in 2016. And remember, this is a misdemeanor, and it was bumped up to a felony, and the statute of limitations has run out. All of those things in the face of this didn't stop him. So the case centers on a $130,000 payment to adult film star Stormy Daniels during the closing days of 2016 presidential campaign. Daniels claimed she slept with the married Trump in 2006, a claim the former president has denied. Trump classified his reimbursement of the payment as legal expenses, but didn't the letter say that Trump's lawyer paid out of personal funds? So Trump's lawyer even said, I paid that chick out of my personal funds, not campaign funds. Statute of limitations has run out. Stormy Daniels has come out and said that she never slept with him. New York federal prosecutors didn't want to take up this case a couple years back when all this shit kicked up. They didn't even want to touch it. So all of those things, 4 of those things and more have happened. Yet here we are. So is that it? I think that was it. So it says they voted on whether to indict him or not, but they didn't say what that is. Okay, Forbes. Trump indicted by Manhattan grand jury. A grand jury voted Thursday to indict former Trump over an alleged hush money payment to silence porn star Stormy Daniels. So according to Forbes.com, Trump indicted by Manhattan grand jury. So it sounds like the grand jury did decide to indict him, to bring him up on a felony charge, which was upgraded to a felony, but was originally a misdemeanor. Come on, dog. Come on. So we'll see what happens for this, with this. Obviously, I need to do some reading, some watching. That's right, Ingrid De La Rosa Pendejos. So tomorrow we'll get more in depth about this. More stuff will come out. What this means? How is this going to stick? How likely is it that this is going to stick? This is so fucking stupid. Like I said before, they just need something to stick, even if it's one little tiny piece. If they can get something to stick, if they can get that picture of Trump being led in or out of a police station, a mugshot, that's all they need. Truth has no place here. Truth is not an ingredient they need to bake this shit pie. Truth, as a matter of fact, truth would fuck it all up. Max Bang, thank you. Hey, JG, did you see Swallowwell, Fang's boyfriend, testify against Jim Jordan? It was hilarious. Epic fail. I'd love to, because Eric Swalwell's a fucking idiot. I'd love to see him fail and drown on TV. Verbally drown, I should say. So, obviously, I'm going to go check out this story, do some research, come back to you tomorrow, guns a-blazing, see what the fuck is going on here. This shit is terrible. This is so stupid. This shouldn't be happening. This is desperation. Authentically Kennedy told us it was a year and 9 months till the election. So it's crunch time for them. It's the 11th hour. This shit's going to fly by, and this is absolutely disgusting. So we'll see what happens. But I will leave you with this. Oh, Women's Heritage Month. Women's Heritage Month. Women's Heritage Month. Yes. All you OG ladies out there, you better back up. You better fucking back up, OG women. You with your actual vaginas and all that shit. You without your psychosis. Well, some women are crazy, but because you're women. Is it? I don't know. Hey-o. God. What the fuck has happened to this world? What has happened to this country? What has happened to this country? Look at the shit that happens here. And everybody's like, nah, it's totally cool.
I am Eloise. I am 6. I'm a city child. I live at the Plaza Hotel, which is huge and wonderful and très elegant, especially at Christmas time. I am Eloise.
This is a man. Dylan Mulvaney, come in. Yes, act like a little kid in front of the world, and it's okay. Isn't that great, guys? I just wanted to leave you with that. I just wanted to leave you with that. And purse company Kate Spade just picked that fool up as a they just endorsed him. Kate Spade, I think she's the same woman who killed herself, and she has a kid. You guys know how I feel about people who kill themselves that have children, but it's all about them. What were they dealing with? Oh my God, if you're struggling, call this number. Yeah, never mind your children you left motherless. Did she kill herself because of me? Did I make my mom kill herself? Was it my fault? Well, I don't know, little girl. You can struggle with those questions all the way until the day you die. But he was picked up as they have him as a spokesperson for Kate Spade purses, because we all know men love purses. Boy, oh boy. BMP, thank you. What's up, JG? Sent pics of my Glocks and mags to you. I loved them. So purty. I wish we were allowed that much freedom with drum mags and whatnot out here. Hope you enjoyed them. How'd you like your new Glock? Loved it, man. I posted a video. It's about 30 seconds or so. I took the 10 mil to the range. I took my Glock 34 too, but I've shot that before, but never shot a 10 mil. Boy, oh boy, is that a serious round, especially in a compact frame. But I think I get the little extender on the bottom. I think that'll give me a couple more inches of grip. But if you put a regular size mag, put it right here. If you put a regular size mag in it, then you got a little more to grip like that. But if you take it out and it's just this, as you can see, my pinky has nowhere to go. But yeah, you can hold on to it, make it work. But I definitely want to go with the regular size mag to go in here. Much better. Bang, bang. But it wasn't as big of a kick as I thought it was going to be. So that was cool. I was surprisingly accurate. 21 feet away, 10-round mag, all headshots. I only missed one. I think I probably missed that first shot. But the rest of them went right about here. So 9 10-millimeter shots to the face from 21 feet away. I think it's a wrap for him. But it's a wrap for me because tonight, Stop the Fuckery, 5 p.m., myself, Gian, doing our thing, covering topics that I usually don't cover here. Totally different shit. You're going to get some laughs. You may get a little anger blood, but it's a good time. Myself, Gian, right here. I'm about to upload the live, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then after that, 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I will be hanging out with Officer B. Tatum on his YouTube channel. I'm like super excited about that. And man, poor Bieber.
Totally white.
Fucking poor Bieber. I just saw a clip of that video again. Golly. Poor kid. Anyway, it'll be me, Black Conservative Perspective. Also, Bryson Gray is going to be on there too. So holla at your boys. I already posted on my Instagram and all that shit about B. Tatum and hanging out with those two guys tonight. So be there 6:30 PST tonight, 5 p.m. PST right here. Myself, Gian, kicking it. Yeah, Sweet Mama G. Gian is great if you haven't seen him. Check him out. He has a YouTube channel by the same name. So I got to get up out of here. I got shit to do. I'm busier than a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest. I got places to go, people to do, and the easy ones twice. You were great. I was great. We were great. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize the Linktree link. Get your ass over to JerichoGreen.net and mygreengear.com. Oh, hold on. Brett Hyatt. You caught me right at the end. You Indiana Jones grabbing his hat. Brett Hyatt, thank you for the Hamilton. He says, I owe you money. Long time no live show for me. Thanks, JG. Hey, Brett, I'm glad you could make it, man. I appreciate that very much. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your cash money. Now, where was I? Oh, yes. You know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize the Linktree link. Get your ass over to JerichoGreen.net and mygreengear.com. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.